The final weekend of the Big Ten regular season has taken us to one of the rowdiest scenes in the country, West Lafayette, on senior day for the Boilermakers as Purdue and Wisconsin get set to get it on. As we welcome you courtside here inside Mackey, one of the great venues in the country. Spiro Dedes and Jim Spanarkel, you walk into this building and you can feel the urgency. What's at stake for these two teams?
Yeah, it starts to vibrate very early when you get here. We've been here about an hour and a half, but so long, and the fans are really revved up, but we also have an opportunity to see a couple of good teams play.
The winner of this one has a chance at that 4-seed, Jim, as we get to our fast analysis presented by AT&T.
Yeah, we get to look at Braden Smith for Purdue, can really score the basketball, passes it exquisitely, will drive it. The other side for Wisconsin, you had Nick Boyd, 20 points a game. He will find and set the table for his teammates also, and he also, like Smith, loves to get out in the open floor and score.
Pat's house. Nearly 15,000. Now the big piece of lineup news for this one, Nolan Winter, one of the most important players for Greg Gard and the Badgers, is out. That ankle injury that he sustained just a couple of days ago, and so his consecutive game streak will end at 103, Jim, and that is a monstrous loss for the Badgers and Greg Gard.
Yeah, when you look at Greg Gard here, he knows that he has to come up, undermanned a little bit, but we both had a chance to speak with him before the game. Very, very confident in what he does. Same thing with Matt Painter, who's a great job at Purdue over the years with 20 seasons plus.
It is a head-to-head series history that dates to 1906. And we welcome those of you that have just watched Kansas take care of Kansas State. We are at Mackey Arena in West Lafayette for Purdue and Wisconsin. This is the final weekend of the Big Ten regular season. The winner of this game still alive for the 4 seed in the Big Ten, which would give you the bye into the quarterfinals, Jim, of that league tournament next week. Brian Dorsey, Jeffrey Anderson, DJ Karstensen, our officiating crew. And that's a three to get the party started. Fletcher Lawyer deep in the corner.
Well, a guy who's really shot the ball so well throughout his career for Purdue, setting the stage early on, getting that ball to trickle back in with his shot.
How does Wisconsin handle this kind of a pressure cooker of an environment with one of their key players, Nolan Winter? Here's one of the elite scorers in the Big Ten this season, Nick Boyd, 4th in the league in scoring at 20 points per.
And I think the key for Wisconsin in this first 5 minutes of the game, don't be reckless with the basketball, as Greg Gard told us. Make sure you don't turn the basketball over, which they don't do very often.
Here comes Lawyer around his screen. Good movement. This is Trey Kaufman. Ren shot clock down to 6.
Watch for the jump hook.
Steps middle, Jim, there it is, and he gets that soft touch.
Spiro, one thing about good offensive players, we can sit over here in the scouting report, and we've seen them do that 100 times, as does everybody in the Big Ten, but you just can't stop good guys from getting their body in a terrific position to get a shot off.
There's that straightaway three. Bieljauskas showing that three-point stroke.
One of the things about their bigs, and Winter is one of them also not playing today, but they shoot the ball well. That was his 61st three of the season, and he's made 20 of them right now.
First miss for the Boilermakers. Offensive rebound by Oscar Clough. The transfer his first year in the program. That's the reason why they brought him here, that physicality and rebounding ability as the Boilermakers come up empty.
And I like the fact that Matt Painter has gone to the bigs a couple of times early in this game. He knows he can score, and his guards can score from long range, but nice to get the bigs involved.
Opening stages here in West Lafayette. This is John Blackwell, top 10 scorer in the Big Ten this season. He has been sensational. Intercepts the outlet pass, full extension, and he's headed to the free throw line.
That's just great anticipation. A lot of times the big guys will get the ball off the defensive glass, and they assume that the guards are going to fall back on defense. Not this time. Great read just then by Blackwell on the finish it off to put Kaufman Ren in a little bit of problems on the defensive side just then on the quick hitter.
So first personal on Kaufman Ren. Blackwell 9th in the Big Ten this season in scoring, Jim, better than 18 per game. And you know he's motivated. That loss to the Boilermakers at home in early January, he scored just 9 points and was 0 of 5 from deep in that game.
Yeah, and he had 14 against Maryland in their last game, Spiro, and had struggled previously in the 3 games prior to that. So it's good to see him get off to a good start for Wisconsin.
Here's C.J. Cox, who played the game of his life in their last win at Northwestern. Scored a career-high 27 points in that game for the Boilermakers.
21 of them in the second half, especially with some big-time shooting, especially in the final minute of that game.
This is Bielyauskas, already has knocked down 2 triples early in this game.
Makes it so difficult for a big guy to come out and guard him. And watch now, if they start to open up the middle of the floor by defending that, guards and the wing guys will have lanes to drive to the basket.
This is Braden Smith, who has authored one of the all-time careers in the history of this program. That's a long 2, say the officials.
It was a good call, too, because his right foot slid right on top of that black line, the 3-point stripe. So nice work by the officials early on.
Well, the emotion level for Braden Smith and these Purdue seniors playing in front of their parents, their friends, their families here. As we're going to get more free throws coming up. Good dribble drive by Austin Rapp, who's making the start in this game for the injured Nolan Winter. So look at the standings. Again, the winner of this game, Jim, still alive for that coveted 4 seed in the Big Ten tournament next week. Now, we'll give you a bye into the quarterfinal round on Friday as Rapp readies himself for these 2 free throws.
Yeah, and Spiro, that was a good indicator for Wisconsin just then, with Rapp going along the left side, because when you have a big guy who can shoot the basketball from long range, it opens up the middle of the floor and the sides for driving. And Matt Payne is saying he's got to get across there, his help, to slow that down to make sure they don't give up uncontested drives to the basket.
And Jim, watching Matt Painter's practice yesterday, an extended 3-hour practice that they had, most, if not all of the focus was on their defense.
Yes, absolutely. And I would say in a nice way, Matt let them know that.
Yes.
But he knows that he can score. You know, as was Wisconsin, they both score 80 points a game. So scoring is not the problem for these 2 teams. It's the attention to the defensive details that are going to carry them if they're going to make runs.
Cox coming around his screen now. Kaufman-Renn was a 20-point-per-game scorer last year. Nicely done by Rapp. Second takeaway for the Badgers. Straight away transition 3. That's no good from Rapp. The sophomore who has really started to turn a corner for Greg Gard. Now Kaufman-Renn, pretty footwork with his spin, and he's headed to the line. Playing through contact, rising to the moment for the Boilermakers.
And he just knows how to use his body, the strength to get some contact. Watch this now, another set and more body work. Good call from the officials.
CBS Sports College Basketball coverage is sponsored by Geico. It feels good to Geico. Capital One, what's in your wallet? And by Ford Blue Cruise hands-free highway driving. All the emotions of senior day for this big 3 of Smith, Lawyer, and Trey Kaufman-Renn, their parents, their families here. Jimmy, you're one of the people who can speak to what the emotions are.
Spiro, I'll tell you, it's a lot of fun. It always brings back memories. It was only a couple of years ago when it was my senior day. I'll just use that as you look at these guys when they put their games, 141 apiece for Smith and Lawyer, and then 139. Just amazing how much they played together without really a whole lot of injuries. But going back to when I was a senior, believe it or not, senior day, we played North Carolina, obviously at home. No shot clock, and Dean Smith of North Carolina came out in the first half and held the ball, and the score was 7-0 at halftime.
Good Lord. I'm glad I wasn't broadcasting that game, Jim.
You could have gone up to the concession stand and come back. But then the final score was a 7-point differential. We both played, and
oh my goodness.
It was a great afternoon of basketball.
But the other part of the uniqueness, Jim, this new era of college basketball with the transfer portal, players changing teams, it seems like every year. 4-year players, all from the state of Indiana. Just so much uniqueness with this group that has been led by Matt Painter. They basically experienced everything league championships, conference tournament championships, Final Four. There's only one thing left. As that three-pointer from the top of the circle doesn't drop for Rapp.
Yeah, he takes 66% of his shots are threes, and he is looking to shoot the ball. Shoots a little bit over, right around 35%, but he's getting fresh looks because Clough is not coming out to guard him.
Here's Smith coming around a screen, splash! Second early bucket for Braden Smith.
And that's one of the things Wisconsin has to work on and stop those pick and rolls. Nice defensive effort just then, too, by Clough to snuff that one out.
Sending Boyd into the front row of seats.
Here's that screen out front, and you get enough room, and then watch the drive to the basket here. Time it, stay away from the body, straight up. Well done by Clough defensively.
Braden Smith, who had just one field goal in their game at Northwestern earlier in the week, already his second field goal. And boy, you can feel the intensity from Matt Painter's defense. Clearly struck a chord during that long workout yesterday. Another Wisconsin turnover.
Yeah, I was surprised a little bit too just then because, you know, when the ball was still live and nobody was really going after it. That was Jones in the corner there that had the ball, lost the ball, and it was still in play, and they did not go after it that quickly.
Here comes Smith.
Nice look.
Underneath, drops a dime, and Clough has his pocket picked. Excellent defense.
And
that's going to be a turnover.
The importance of being able to just simply catch the ball. Fumbles it. I think if he catches that and goes quickly with it, he's got a layup. This is a team, though, Wisconsin, that just does not turn the ball over. I'm sure I'll jinx them in this possession, but there you go. They just don't turn it over that frequently. They average, you know, right around 10 per game, just under that 9. And those are the ones that, you know, Greg Gard just does not like to see at all.
So 14 and change left to play in this first half. This is Jack Benter now into the game for Matt Painter. Clough, top of the circle. Lawyer from deep. That's good.
Really getting some mileage on the left side of the floor there, setting screens. The activity very, very good for Purdue. And each time a three goes raining down, these fans feel like they have to participate.
Boilermakers, #1 three-point shooting team in the Big Ten this season. Top 20 in the country.
Nice hand.
Boyd has his pocket picked. Here comes
behind.
Cox streaking to the rack. A little bit of contact, no whistle.
Good job by Rhodey just then getting back defensively in a hurry. There's the action. They try to double team it. Oh, Smith had a hand on it, just barely missed getting a turnover.
So last touch by Purdue, 19 seconds to shoot.
Yeah, watch around the corner here. They come up high, get a little delayed screen out front. And by the way, Lawyer does not need a whole lot of time to shoot his shot. Here's that double team along the side, clearly off Smith, but a good defensive effort by Purdue.
Greg Gard shuffles in a couple of new players as he already goes deep into his rotation. A little bit of contact in the corner, saved by Rapp. Open three, Carrington, a little bit too much.
Both teams looking to push a little bit too. Nice pace to this game.
So the Badgers now 2 of 6 from the three-point line. Dribble drive, they get it to Cox from the corner. That's a three. Make it 11 straight for the Boilermakers.
Yeah, he's just getting more and more opportunities, and guess what? He is taking advantage of it big time.
Boy, Matt Painter has found something in that young man, the sophomore. Turnover.
You are absolutely right. Matt Painter even on the sideline giving a little body English over there to get things going, but defensively very, very strong. Here's the kick out, get ready to shoot it. And Cox just letting it rip, as you touched on, coming off a great game the other night with 27 points.
There's the turnover numbers. It's been one of Wisconsin's strengths, the way that they take care of the basketball, Jim, but they are in a cauldron right now in this place. As we get the whistle on the perimeter, and the Badgers trying to play through some of this.
And it comes down to the defensive effort right now in a couple of possessions for Wisconsin. They don't want this thing to get out of hand. Get 10+ on the differential.
Braden Smith playing a little two-man pick and roll action. Daniel Jacobson as Smith carves him up to the basket.
And the beauty of that too, Spiro, is that Smith had a layup just then. He's so unselfish. These guys love to play with him. And once again, he's getting his big involved, which is a great play from a point guard's perspective.
Early little danger zone here for the Badgers.
They got to hit a couple of shots is what they need to do.
This is Boyd. He's their go-to player. Out front, Rhodey. He's going to let it fly. Back rim. Inside, they sneak the rebound. They get it back out. This is Rep. Gigantic shot for Wisconsin.
Yeah, he missed 2 shots already in the first couple of minutes of this game, but each one of those shots that he missed looked like it was dead on and going in. From his body language, you could tell when he shoots the ball, he thinks they're going in. That's a pretty good sign.
It was John Blackwell on the offensive rebound. This is Cox doing his dance. Takes Rhodey to the cup.
Nice tip from behind there.
Nicely done by Jacobson.
Smith took a hit, too. Delayed call possibly out front with a foul, I think.
Yeah, Jeffrey Anderson blowing the whistle. They're going to get Boyd on the contact. And everyone's going to catch their breath here in West Lafayette.
Yeah, watch when you see Smith is so good at his decision. Does he have a layup here? I think he does. What does he do, though? Get it to the big guy and let him deliver the goods.
Adam Zucker in New York. We have our first NCAA tournament team. Northeast Conference top seed LIU and Chadrick Alassu winning over Wagner in the NEC semifinals. And Rod Strickland Sharks go dancing. Win or lose against Mercyhurst Tuesday. Mercyhurst not eligible yet for the tournament. Spiro and Jim, fins up.
Fins up, Adam, indeed. Boy, the madness has begun, Jim, in earnest.
Is he getting excited or what already?
I didn't know he was such an LIU guy. My goodness, but man, let the madness begin. And what a start here, Jim, for the Boilermakers in the weekend headlines. What an upset by Marquette as they knock off number 4 UConn. And so that probably means that the Gators, if they can beat Kentucky today, that would likely put Florida on the 1 seed line entering the big dance.
And how about Miami of Ohio? I was watching about 10-15 minutes of that game at the end of it last night. Couldn't flip it off. The only thing I was flipping it off to was St. John's and Seton Hall were on the same, playing at the same time, so I was going back and forth. But Miami of Ohio, congratulations. And Ohio gave them all that they could handle, except just couldn't do it, get it done at the very end of regulation.
Perfect season for them.
Yep.
As the action resumes here at Mackey. This is Kaufman-Wren. What a 1-2 punch he and Braden Smith, Jim, have been over the last couple of years.
And the 2 things right there, they work so well together. Smith with that quick little kick pass to get him going towards the basket, and then he leaves it up for the body to take over. Nice close here, triple team.
15-3 run for the Boilers. This is Blackwell in the corner. Big trip here. A step back 3 from John Blackwell, the number 9 scorer this year in the Big Ten.
Yeah, the guy, I think that's a difficult shot, too. He averages 18 points a game, and that step away just then, you really have to get your body loaded up and going towards the basket again.
6th in the Big Ten is Blackwell in made 3s per game. He's going to bring the Badgers back. This is Kaufman-Wren.
Are they going to double team him or let him go one-on-one?
Boyd showing Kaufman-Wren a little bit too strong. Well played by Rapp.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to let him get that 2 feet from the basket move going.
Blackwell taking a little bit of contact, and you can see the pressure, Jim, that he puts on an opposing defense as Blackwell is going to step to the line for 2. Bracket season is here. Play against friends and family and enter to win a trip to the 2027 Final Four. Get the CBS Sports app and be a part of March Madness today. Over 14,000 Mackey Arena here in West Lafayette. Spiro Ditas, Jim Spinarkle, our producer Bill Thayer, Chris Fenson, our director, rest of our sensational CBS crew on this final weekend of the Big Ten regular season. And again, the winner of this game still alive for that coveted 4 seed in the Big Ten tournament next week. 1 of 2 for Blackwell, 4-point game.
Yeah, they want to see him get on track, because prior to the last game they played, he was only shooting 31% from the field in the previous 3 games. So if he can get untracked a little bit.
Braden Smith.
I'm not so sure, Spiro, you want to have him shooting wide open 15-footers. In fact, I'm pretty sure you don't want that to happen, but nobody really reacted to him at all.
The reigning Big Ten Player of the Year has been just sensational here at the start. As we are just past the midway point of this opening half. Boyd catch and shoot three. That's good.
Real good cross-court diagonal pass, too, forcing Purdue to go a long way to try to get to a shooter.
It would be hard-pressed to find many scoring duos as good as Boyd and Blackwell have been for Greg Gard this season. Braden Smith, a little bit of a heat check, fight for it deep in the corner, and the officials say last touch by Boyd. Boyd telling Greg Gard to challenge. The assistants, Jim, are looking over at that tablet on the Badgers bench.
Watch this swipe down. You know, he swipes down on it and sends it towards the corner, but I think it's still in the hand of Boyd right there.
Jim, the other part is if you're a coach that you have to weigh is how early do you want to take the chance and use that challenge, especially in a game like this on the road.
There are two schools of thought. You know, maybe you won't get an opportunity in the last 5 minutes of a game to use it. Some people think that it makes sense to use it early to get the bucket back or get the possession back, especially if it's going to be a tightly contested game.
DJ Carstensen says to John Blackwell, give Braden Smith a little bit more space.
Little hops.
It's going to be a traveling violation.
Good call from Jeffrey Anderson right on it.
Jakari Harris, the sophomore, again his first chance at some run. As we take a look at the home court advantage presented by Wayfair, the dominance by Matt Painter's team in this building against unranked teams, 6 teams straight. Just remarkable. Blackwell in the corner misses. Last touch by Purdue. Bodies flying all over the place. Carrington and Braden Smith, and now Jeffrey Anderson changes the call.
I think that's the right call just then. First one, I think that did go off the Wisconsin player in the mix. I think it was off Carrington just then, although he didn't like the results of where he landed.
Jim, give us your observations, what you've seen so far, first 11 minutes.
I think for a senior day, I think Purdue is playing very, very well in terms of the composure. Not too excited. Sometimes senior day can have a negative effect on guys. They try to do too much.
Kaufman-Wren trying to take Bieljauskas. Again, beautiful with his feet. Unable to put it down, but a tough break for the Badgers. Purdue will have it with 20 to shoot.
Did you notice how he tried to fake them out, that he was going to go to the middle of the floor and have a jump hook with his left hand? Got closed in. He's more comfortable coming back over that left shoulder, and they anticipated that one pretty well.
What a journey it's been for Trey Kaufman-Wren. And what a player he's become for Matt Painter in this Purdue program over the last couple of years. One of the elite bigs in the country.
That high screen again.
Smith nearly coughed it up, somehow gets it to Kaufman-Wren. Look at Clough barreling in for the rebound, and the officials are going to get contact underneath on Blackwell.
And one of the things from Matt Painter's team is Clough is very active on the glass. You see, he comes from about 10 feet away, but he times his jump to get between two Wisconsin players, and as soon as you come down and slap down on a guy with the ball, a big high percent, like 90% of the time, you're going to get called for a foul. You want to try to go up on that particular play rather than down.
Braden Smith squares up. So he's cooled off just a little bit. The officials are going to get a loose ball foul against Clough, but Matt Painter won't be upset with that. It's one of the reasons why they brought him into the program. A coach, Jim, who just rarely dips into the portal. You know, they've been all about player development here, recruiting from high school. But they knew that they needed to improve in those categories.
Both of these coaches run great programs. They're both solid individuals.
This is Carrington going to reset as we come up on the 8-minute mark left in the first half. Here comes Blackwell, contact, putting the pressure on that interior defense of Purdue.
That was just a mismatch that Blackwell read very, very well on the outside just then.
So John Blackwell to the free throw line with 8:02 to play. Omer Meyer is the man whistled for the Boilermakers, his first.
And see, people know that Blackwell shoots like 53% of his shots from the three-point line.
For the first time ever, UFC is live on CBS. Don't miss all the action inside the octagon at UFC 326 tonight from 8 to 10 Eastern. Only CBS and continuing on Paramount Plus. So Blackwell hits on the second. And we got a tightly contested game as expected here in West Lafayette.
And the other observation, too, Spear, on the other side, Wisconsin rattled a little bit in the first 5 minutes of this game. They've really reacted well. Good close here. Look at the way the white shirts are just snuffing people out in the lane.
Club trying to create this space. Soft touch and a chance at three.
Yeah, the beauty of Cluff is he doesn't get a whole lot of attention when he gets the ball down low. He's not too bad scoring it. South Dakota State last year, he averaged just under 18 points a game. Watch this patience. Fully it up there with the soft touch.
There's a game summary at the 7:42 mark of this first half. The three-point shooting, Jim, has been one of the top storylines so far. Wisconsin playing without Nolan Winter.
Right.
And if there was any doubt that Braden Smith would show up and be playing at a high level here on Senior Day, he has quickly put those fears to bed.
Yeah, and when you watch him, Spiro, watch his decision-making. He comes across, he analyzes the big guys 5 feet away. Now he comes across a screen. He recognizes that his defender has gotten caught up on the good screen coming to his left. So obviously can really make things happen as you take a look at his parents.
Dustin and Ginny, just think of the basketball journey for their boy out of Westfield, Indiana. About a 60-mile trek from where we are here in West Lafayette. Lately recruited incredibly at a high school, Westfield High. And all he has done is authored one of the all-time careers in the history of this storied program in West Lafayette.
And, you know, him, Lawyer, Kaufman, Wren, they've just played. You know, they haven't missed games. They just play. And I can tell you that there are days when you can't play. Your ankles are sore, your knees are sore. But I really tip my hat to the three of those guys for playing as often as they have.
And all three of them, Jim, are players who just embody what Matt Painter has built here. Go back to Gene Cady, of course, Matt's old coach, mentor, and the tradition, the history of this place.
You know, if you're coming to Purdue or Wisconsin, you know what style you're going to play as a player.
Look at that stroke. Blackwell again lights it up from deep.
That's probably the happiest bench over there now, knowing that he's on track. Back-to-back games now. He's halfway through this one, played well in the last one.
He hit 2 threes in that win over Maryland in their place just the other night, and he already has a dozen in his first half. Kaufman Wren with Blackwell on his back.
Let's see if they double team him. Well, he's in no man's land. Good luck.
Outside to Cox. Well, the officials are going to get a loose ball foul here against Wisconsin. Looks like it's Will Garlock who's going to be whistled underneath. They'll put 20 on the shot clock. And now the Badgers are out of fouls to give as Wisconsin is called for his 6th. There's Braden Smith trying to climb the ranks, all-time assist leaders in the history of the sport. As he has Ed Cota now in his sights. As we cross the 7-minute mark, here he is, spots up and hits again. He is sizzling hot. 10 for Smith.
If you know how to play this game fundamentally, and he does, you will get a lot of open shots, and he's doing just that again this afternoon.
This is Rapp deep in the corner. And a big answer for the Badgers, 8 for Rapp.
Yeah, he's giving them a nice early lift here in this game. He's very, very confident. Great looking stroke, by the way, too.
First 18 games of the season, he was sub 30% from deep. But over their last 7, Jim, he's been at 50% from the three-point strike. Braden Smith, boy, that's another heat check. And the rebound pulled by Carrington.
That did not miss by much. Mismatch down low if they want to go to it.
Boy, nifty little pass from Boyd, and then it's Carrington with a deep shot. And the Badgers answer.
That's because the big ran the middle of the floor just then to bring defenders and opened up the straightaway shots.
Where you think of the big road wins that Wisconsin has posted this season. First team to knock off Michigan as we get an illegal pick here.
Bluff movement, I think, out front, wasn't it?
A little bit of drawing now, the intensity level rises, but how about this little nifty pass between the legs, Jim, front to back?
And we were watching Carrington before this game. You and I were just marveling at how long he steps about 8 to 10 feet beyond the three-point stripe and works on his long-range shot. And when you do that, you build up the muscle memory, and then you take a shot that's relatively closer. And it's almost simple for him at that point.
Look at that Wisconsin shooting. Told you about the prowess from the three-point line for both of these two teams. Badgers lead the Big Ten in made threes per game. This is Rapp in the corner, and that's a three.
Oh, and that's Boyd really dictating the traffic just then, too. He snuck around on the left side and tucked his shoulder down so he could get a better look into the corner for that long-range three for Rapp.
Rapp making his 8th start of the season today, in for Nolan Winter, who's out with that ankle injury. This is Lawyer quiet after that good start. Contact. The officials are going to get a loose ball foul here. Well, now they're going to say Lawyer was bumped, Jim, on the shot, says Jeffrey Anderson. And so Lawyer is going to step to the line for 2.
Yeah, it's interesting because he comes across, and I guess he gets a little bit of the body on it. That ball was off the rim also.
All right, so it was a loose ball foul. Jacobson.
Yeah. Jacobson gets there.
Knocks down the front end of the 1-and-1. Daniel Jacobson, young man who entered the year recovering from that broken tibia that he sustained last year, just a couple of games into the season. Sophomore out of Chicago, a good-looking free throw stroke.
Yeah, with his size, team best 43 blocks on the season.
So that last whistle was on Boyd, Jim, his 2nd personal. As we cross the 5-minute mark. Boy, wow. Rapp is feeling it a little bit short, and now Jeffrey Anderson says loose ball foul, Purdue. Yeah, it's going to put them over the limit, and Wisconsin at the line for 1-and-1.
Yeah, to your point about Boyd, too, it was an offensive set, so I think Greg Gard let him go down the floor to execute. And let's just see. And there's a little hold on the arm, isn't there?
It's getting testy.
That's the only way we wanted to.
Alexis Bieljauskas, freshman from Lithuania. 67% free throw shooter. Knocks in the first. The best to ever play the game are back for the milestone event. Light your torch for the biggest Survivor season ever. New CBS Wednesday at 8/7 Central and streaming on Paramount Plus. Look at what Bieljauskas is looking at beyond that basket. As we take a little peek at our foul trouble here, Jim, with 4 and change left before halftime.
Yeah, exactly. And the Boyd substitution, a smart one by Wisconsin. And Greg Gard just then, especially with a 5-point lead.
Jack Benter has checked in, as has Meyer again for Matt Painter, as we get a whistle here on the perimeter. That's one that Greg Gard didn't want, Jim, with the Badgers over the limit. More 1-and-1 here as Daniel Jacobson's going to step back to the line.
I was just laughing because Greg Gard, big came over him to say, challenge that, challenge that. And he just kind of, below his waist, he just gave him a wave off. No, we're not challenging that. It happened right in front of me.
Greg Gard, the 55-year-old head coach, 10th full season, 11th overall after taking over for his mentor, Bo Ryan. It's a 2016 season.
Don't you think part of the analysis that coaches have to do and benches have to do, because every play a player will say, that call is wrong. Yeah. Challenge it, challenge it, challenge it. We'd be here all day challenging it. But you can't listen to the players.
But Benter snuck in for the offensive rebound, and then it's Meyer with a 3-point stroke.
That's just a playing out no-no off a missed free throw. Corner's wide open over here on the left.
Blackwell, a little bit short, back rim. Last touch by the Boilermakers.
So here it comes straight off the front, and nobody steps in quick enough. That's 3 points that you really earn. Good-looking stroke from long range, too.
And give Jack Benter, the redshirt freshman, the credit there. The offensive rebound. This is Carrington, and another three-point Jack.
I think the scouting report has gone out the window with Carrington. He's a shooter. He shoots 85% of his shots at three. Why are you letting him run to the corner to get a good stroke off?
Carrington, those 4 threes in their 30-plus point win over Maryland Wednesday.
Man, the collision down on the left side.
All kinds of contact with like Lawyer and Carrington are both okay. This is Meyer. He's got dazzling offensive ability. The young man from Tel Aviv. Cash money with that mid-range J.
Yeah, he's a high recruit and looked at by some pretty big schools like Duke, Florida, Auburn. Kind of coming into his own early on in his career.
Playing a long way from home. Boy, they're happy they got him here in West Lafayette. Beautiful pass, exquisite find underneath as Hayden Jones gets his first bucket.
Yeah, he just parked it. He really read the defense perfectly just then, as did the passer from outside with Carrington delivering.
Boy, how good has Carrington been in his first half? Meyer finds his spot. Tough shot, offensive rebound, Cox.
Oh, he's going again.
Boy, Meyer's got the green light, doesn't he?
Sure does. Well, he's getting open looks. You have to shoot those.
4-point game, Wisconsin in enemy territory.
Small versus big. Let's see what he can do with it. Go right by him. Good job.
Into the corner. Rhodey from deep. And how about this three-point shooting from Wisconsin? Up 7 with 2:31 left before halftime.
And the decisions that they're making. Here's one right there down deep. They get a little bunny to go. And Blackwell going through the lane to set up a long-range shooter. Well done by Wisconsin.
What did I miss? What did I miss?
Tomorrow at CBS, we begin the party at noon with the Missouri Valley Conference Championship. Then a champion will be crowned in the Big Ten Women's Championship game. Afterwards, rivals facing off Michigan State and Michigan. It's all tomorrow on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus. Our colleague and friend Kevin Harlan will be in St. Louis for that MVC championship game, and we just want to take a moment to send our deepest condolences to Kevin on the passing of his father, Bob Harlan, this week. We know how close Kevin was to his pop. Our hearts go out to Kevin. We're thinking about him, and all our love and prayers to Kevin and the entire Harlan family.
Yes, we are. You know, I've never met his dad, but if he was anything like Kevin, he was a great man.
Here. Jim, what a first half performance. A Wisconsin team that has authored their highest scoring season in 55 years, putting all of their prowess on display in this first half.
Yeah, and Greg Gard mentioned that to us. It's evolved over the last 2 or 3 years where they've had to play a little more up-tempo compared to the old traditional Wisconsin style.
Lawyer, excellent, just textbook. Hard fake, got Rhodey to bite. Big basket for the Boilers.
Yeah, nice call, too, by Matt Painter on the sidelines, getting his team a shooter who's been relatively quiet except for the first couple of looks. There's a kickball out front by Smith.
So they'll put 20 on the shot clock. Lawyer, second in the Big Ten in three-point accuracy this season, as the chess match continues between these two terrific coaches. And look at that offensive efficiency from guards, Badgers, so far.
Yeah, they average 16 assists per game. And by the way, when you flip it over to Purdue, they average close to 20. Nice look to the corners. The corners have been open.
Carrington doesn't need to let it day late. Blackwell from deep. Again.
They are spacing the floor just very, very well. That's the bottom line here, Spiro. They've had the corner. The first corner was open on the left. The right corner was open at the same time. And then it develops into a patient middle shot.
15 from Blackwell, the junior out of Bloomfield Hills, Michigan.
Look at the double team right here. Wait for him to come through to the middle of the floor.
Bilyauskis lurking. Kaufman ran with that. Exquisite touch.
But he stepped away. He had a double team there to force him to go to the baseline side, and they walked away from it.
We're come up on the final 70 seconds. And what has been an electric atmosphere here in West Lafayette. Purdue and Wisconsin wrap. Officials say that he was just slightly held by Lawyer. So 1-1 bonus situation for Wisconsin. And another opportunity at some free throws coming up. AT&T at the half with Adam Clark and Chris standing by to get you their first half thoughts plus scores and highlights on a very busy day in college basketball. And plus the crew will look ahead to tonight's UFC debut on CBS. It's all to come on AT&T at the house.
Spiro, Matt Painter made a comment yesterday in terms of speaking with him. Said you'll probably see a whole bunch of scoring tomorrow in this game. And then he looked and said, well, with that said, it'll probably be like a 55-52 game. I'll be wrong. And I'm looking at the scoreboard right now, and I'm saying, Matt, you were right on the money. This one's going on the high side this afternoon.
Always appreciate our time with Matt Painter. Yep. Like a beautiful mind when it comes to basketball. All the hoops that guy has seen over the years. Kaufman-Renn, as we come up on 50 seconds. Look at that spin, glass, missed it.
Little different going to the baseline side, though, right? He likes to get that jump hook. That was well defended.
Both teams are out of fouls. Carrington deep in the corner, and finally Wisconsin misses from deep.
Nice bounce pass up.
For a tough break. They're going to reset. This is Lawyer. Back rim fight for it. Look at Cox.
Quick hitter down low. Nice job by Lawyer just then. You get that second chance opportunity. Defensively, Wisconsin was trying to react, and they didn't let them set it up defensively. They went right after them. Great work by Purdue.
Second bucket for Jacobson. Guard's going to take a timeout with 11.9 left first half. 5-point game on CBS. Late stages first half as we take a little peek at the fresh fun fact of the game presented by Fresh Pet. As Jim, we have witnessed history, most three-point makes in a half for the Badgers in program history.
Interesting enough, too, when these two teams played on January 3rd of this year, Wisconsin lost 89-73. They were 4 for 25 from the three-point stripe.
My goodness.
Little difference, huh?
What do you draw up here if you're Greg Gard? What are they looking for?
I think you want to work this clock down as far as you can to 7. Get it to the guard. Here comes one in the corner. Now you have to go. Can't wait too long, no.
Blackwell, top of the circle, sizes up Kaufman-Renn, elevates, short, and that gets us to halftime here at Mackey. The Badgers and the Boilermakers in their regular season finale, the winner staying alive for that coveted 4 seed in the Big Ten tournament. And the Badgers by 5 as we reach halftime. We'll get you to Adam Zucker and the crew in New York with AT&T at the half after this message and a word from your local station. CBS Sports college basketball coverage is sponsored by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. And by Jersey Mike Subs. Be a sub above. That's how they used to shoot the threes in Jim's era of college basketball. What a scene, what a first half. 5-point lead for the Badgers. Spiro and Jim, welcome you back courtside. Well, we wondered how Wisconsin would fare without Nolan Winter, their number 3 scorer, out today with the ankle injury. 3-point shooting was off the charts.
It's been fabulous, and you go back to the beginning of this game, the first 5 minutes of it, Wisconsin looked like they had shaky legs underneath them. Then they regrouped, and things started to fall for them. So overall, a real solid performance in terms of shooting the basketball for Wisconsin.
All right, we'll take a peek at the first half stats presented by Jeep, a school record for Wisconsin with 12 made threes, most that they've ever hit in a half. And again, as you look at the numbers, Jim, this Purdue defense has really been an issue for them. Their last 5 opponents have hit 50% or better, and that's continued so far here.
Yeah, but they've been doing a great job of, not turning the basketball over and then looking for one another also. I'll go back to that January game where Purdue beat them against Wisconsin. Wisconsin had 7 assists in that game, Spiro, and today they have 13 already.
It's incredible offensive efficiency. And the other thing for Greg Gard's Badgers, Jim, they had 4 turnovers the first 7 minutes of the half.
Yep.
None over the last 13 minutes.
So if you're Purdue, you have to figure out a way to try to get them to turn the ball over and maybe get a fast break point or two. But we haven't seen one of those yet in the first half for either team.
Badgers 16-2 this season when leading at the half. Purdue 2-4 when trailing at the intermission.
I'd go back to Boyd here with that small versus big matchup. See if he can go by Kaufman-Wren.
Boyd, who has been sensational out of Gardnerville, New York. Boyd, just like that, going to get himself to the free throw line. Saw him a little bit as a distributor, Jim, in the first half, showing that ability as a scorer and a chance to build on this 5-point lead. Last 18 attempts of that first half. See what they did. Just incredible efficiency for Greg Gard's offense.
That was a nice read, too, by Boyd just then in terms of recognizing that he could fly by people, the bigs out front. And not only that, but going to his strong side for Greg Gard.
Jim, we mentioned what this Wisconsin team has done on the road this season against top 10 competition. Remember, they knocked off Michigan, Wolverines' first loss of the season. They've won at Illinois, that overtime thriller. And then you throw in what they did in that home win over Michigan State. So this is not a team that is intimidated in this kind of a setting, especially not when they can play at this level with their offense.
Yeah, you just need to put a ranked number in front of the opposition, and they seem to do very well with the last 3 games they played against ranked teams, winning all 3.
Braden Smith, sensational in that first half. A little bit off target with a pass to Lawyer. Lawyer trying to create the space. Well played by Blackwell. Long rebound. And the basketball belongs to the Badgers. This is what Greg Gard's team has done. Remember, they were 24th in the preseason AP poll, coming off that 27-win season last year. Then they fell out briefly, got back in, Jim, in February. But they're right on the cusp. Bielyowski is beautifully set up, and then it's Clough.
You see him bring the ball down, though. He didn't stay with it up high. He brings it down. It gives Clough a second to come get him. Good post up here.
Kaufman-Wren chiseling his way to the deuce. He's got 10.
I'm thinking that Matt Painter's going to try to get him some action down on those blocks and force the double teams, which will then allow Purdue to shoot the 3-ball a little more uncontested.
Blackwell buries another 3. 18 for Blackwell, already at his season average.
And at the half, Spiro, 6 out of the 8 guys who stepped on the floor for Wisconsin made a 3. Here's the post-up action again. Let's see if they help out in the middle of the floor here.
Kaufman-Wren, largest lead of the day for the Badgers.
A little bit of a help, another bit of help.
Tight defense from Rapp as he holds steady on the interior.
You see that many guys coming to the paint area to defend. Somebody has to be open on the perimeter.
Here comes Blackwell, a lot of contact, loose ball. Boyd into the corner. And now they're going to reset with just over 2 minutes gone by, second half.
Another small versus big matchup.
Blackwell lights the match up. And a hip check, they're going to get a block.
So I thought they were going to call a walk on this, but the hip check will override the walk as he's going across the baseline. Let's take a look, see where the hit occurs. See, he's getting hit and held there, and now he steps down into a walk. So that call was right because it happened before the traveling violation.
Officials get Lawyer. That's his second personal. Keep in mind, Kaufman-Wren already playing with 2 personals. This is Boyd.
Oh, watch out.
Boyd Bielyowski wasn't ready. Somehow got it and goes glass.
Sometimes it's more important to stop the ball than catch it, Spiro.
Bielyowski's a young man who played in Lithuania in the 2nd professional division last year. Averaging better than 4 points per game. Big play. Kaufman-Wren, soft touch. playing through contact, cuts it to 8.
So Matt Painter wants to get him the ball down low. He clearly wants to establish some action down here. You see the bumps. He's very good at using his body. When you think about it, at 6'9", 240, he's able to get it, make something happen if he's patient with it.
Trey Kaufman-Renn, you think of his basketball journey out of Sellersburg, Indiana, about a 2.5-hour drive north from where we are here in West Lafayette, just outside Louisville. Remember, had to kind of bide his time early. The dominating play of Zach Edey bided his time and becoming an All-American last year.
Yeah, I remember that guy Edey a little bit. I think what Purdue has to do is stop switching the small their big guys defensively on the small guys. They've been getting eaten apart early on in this first half, in the second half, excuse me, in the first 3 minutes.
Matt Painter preaching defense of late. Can his Boilermakers turn the tide? This is Bielyauskas challenged by Clough, who got a fingertip on it. Blackwell is fouled.
Yeah, somebody pulled him from behind.
Looked like it was Braden Smith. Let's see who the officials get. As we look at the resume for Purdue. Remember the #1 ranking in the preseason AP poll in a college basketball year, Jimmy, that's going to crown its national champion. Remember, 70 miles from where we are here at Mackey. Think of the urgency level for Matt Painter. We got that run to the Final Four 2 years ago, the runner-up finish against Connecticut. But they certainly have some questions that they have to answer here on the eve of the madness.
Well, I think it's partly the defensive efforts for both of these teams. You know, Purdue holds teams to 70 points. Wisconsin already has 61. On the reverse side, Wisconsin holds teams to 75. So it's just been a really nice pace to this game from a spectator standpoint.
For John Blackwell, what a day he's putting together. 20 points, pick and roll action. Smith, Kaufman-Renn, nice dime underneath to Clough. And that exquisite Purdue ball movement continues. As Matt Painter's team, just think of how they started. Jim mentioned 17 of their first 18 that they got, but 6-6 stretch. Jim, they have not had many of these over the last couple of years.
And look at that number 2. The problem in the last 6 games, the defensive effort and giving up the 3-point shot.
Again, last 5 Purdue opponents have shot 51% or better. No, that's a problem. And you look at where Wisconsin is right now, 57% so far in this game and 54, Jim, from the 3-point line. Then they had that 3-hour practice yesterday. It was basically all defense. But so far that has not translated here against a scalding hot Badgers team.
Team that doesn't turn it over too, except for right now.
Right on cue.
I did that in the first half. I'm sorry.
Here comes Lawyer taking contact. Massive play for the Boilermakers.
Sometimes these broken plays can turn into some really good action for teams. A beautiful effort out front to get this ball. Watch the dive right there to make it happen. Smart enough to get up and run the floor too. And he realizes that the Wisconsin players, 2 or 3 of them, there's no chance of them getting in front of him. So what do? You just keep plowing and plowing to the basket, and good things will happen. Nice job there by Lawyer, defensively and offensively. Big lift, real big lift in this building.
There's his pop, John Lawyer, on senior day here in West Lafayette. Boyd. Underneath, Clough defends on a switch, 12 to shoot.
Pretty good job there by Clough to stay in front of him and stay away from it.
Blackwell elevates, Kaufman-Renn got him. Loose ball, Bielyauskas can't hit.
Well, I don't think he realized, Bielyauskas, that he was that wide open underneath.
Here comes Braden Smith, ducks in, kicks, corner, Lawyer. Straight for the Boilermakers. Offensive foul. It's on Blackwell.
Oh, look at Lawyer. He's doing it twice on the defensive end. I think the fans have gotten involved.
Mackey Arena, this cauldron of college basketball. What a scene this has been as the Boilermakers have scored 8 unanswered. As we take a look at our Capital One rewarding performance, 3 straight makes in the last 72 seconds.
Yeah, and the thing with it is it feels like it's not an 8-0 run to me in this building. It feels like it was a 20-0 run, the way this fans gotten involved. Everybody making plays, and Loyal really giving them a big, big lift at the defensive end with 2 plays. As you look at his numbers right there.
1 3-pointer away from tying the all-time school record set by the great Carson Edwards. Now at 280, he has already set the Mackey career record for made threes. As one of the all-time Boilermakers plays his final game in this building.
Do they call his number right now or not? Here he comes.
Around a screen, well played, and the officials are going to get Carrington on a reach-in foul.
Matt Painter was trying to run a hot hand off a couple of screens just then.
Jim, that is already the 5th team foul against the Badgers, so just 1 more to give here with still 15 and change left.
See if they adjust a little bit to that number too, Spiro, to try to get it back to the blocks a little bit if they can.
Braden Smith against Carrington, accelerates into the lane, creates the space, just masterful from Smith.
That's the way he reads defenses, whether it's the full half-court sets or one-on-one. Exquisite in terms of putting that body up against the defender.
The Boilermakers, back from 10 down, have retaken the lead. Wrap from deep, big shot for the Badgers.
He had a very good first half and just continues to look for his shot.
Remember, Rapp started their first 7 games of the season, then Guard made that lineup change.
Yep.
But a young man who has stuck with it, and he's got 16 as he puts together one of his best games of the season. And we got a turnover here.
Kaufman-Renn moving with the screen.
And that is going to be the 3rd personal on Kaufman-Renn. And now decision time here potentially for Matt Painter. Looks like he's going to replace Kaufman-Renn as Jack Benter walks to the table.
Yeah, and you had to look closely at that foul too, because the upper body from the waist up kind of gave him a little shot to.
This is Bieljauskas, and that's a 3. And this brilliant 3-point shooting from Wisconsin continues.
And should add that Nolan Winter not here playing for the Wisconsin. Another guy who can shoot the ball from long range, but the bigs are getting involved shooting it.
Badgers get a stop. Jump ball possession arrow is going to keep it here with the Boilermakers.
And I'll give our friend Kevin Harlan a shout out right there. They were playing Twister for them. Here's that wide open corner. Is a big with Clough. Is he going to come out all the way to the corner and defend that? Absolutely not.
What a great view from our incredible camera operators here. Chris Fenson directing all these magical pictures from Mackey Arena, West Lafayette. 5-point game with 13:50 now left in regulation.
Yeah, they were calling Lawyer's number again just then. Well defended, though, by Carrington.
Reset. This is Smith. 6 on the timer. Rapp defending, and they're going to get him.
I hope that wasn't in the eye.
Indeed it was. It was up above the shoulder. Rapp.
Yeah, it's totally accidental, Spiro. Totally accidental just then, but.
And Jim, that's the last foul that the Badgers had to give. Their 6th already. Yeah. Rapp has to sit his 3rd personal as Hayden Jones is going to come back in, the freshman from New Zealand.
Boy, if you've ever gotten hit like that in the face and the eyes, it'll sting you a little bit. He's right
like
back though.
Okay.
He doesn't know how to come out of the game, I don't think.
Didn't even flinch. Outside, Benter. So the Boilermakers cool off just for a moment. Badgers control the glass.
A nice recovery by Wisconsin. They were in a little bit of trouble just then, but the answer.
And again, the experience that this team has had, this Wisconsin team, with some of the wins that they've put together this season on the road, serving them well here in this kind of an environment.
Let's see how they play this pick and roll up front.
Boyd finds his spot and puts it down for the Badgers.
Another guy who knows how to run a pick and roll. Smith on the Purdue side, same thing with with Boyd. He's getting guys behind him and understanding that he will not catch up, especially if they're on the right side trying to chase a left-handed shooter.
What a response by the Badgers with an 8-0 run of their own.
With ball fakes and no anticipation there by Blackwell.
Lawyer feeding Clough inside with the leaner.
And I think they can get some mileage in there if they get him in the right spot with a little screen away.
Boy, we are watching some high-level Big Ten hoops here in West Lafayette. Winner of this game will stay alive for that coveted 4 slot in the Big Ten tournament next week. Who's going to cross the finish line first? Blackwell. This is Carrington elevates. Back rim, offensive rebound, Boyd, and a loose ball foul on Jack Benter.
Benter, who's holding that right wrist a little bit.
Now to look at where these teams sit if the season were to end right now. Michigan with that 1 seed with the incredible season that they've had. So the Wolverines and Michigan State already have clinched byes into the quarterfinal round, and the winner of this one's still alive potentially to get that bye. Boyd stops on a dime, short, and a rebound corralled by Jacobson.
Another good decision here in the transition. Watch out. Whoa.
Benter just incredible on the catch. He's going to shoot free throws when we come back. The Badgers and the Boilermakers. High intensity, high stakes on CBS. Next Sunday, CBS Sports will be the first to let you know who's in and who's out of the big dance on the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship Selection Show. Nothing like it. All the anticipation, it's all right here. CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus. 7+ days away as we take a look at our fast analysis, Mr. Spinarthel, presented by AT&T.
Yeah, the consistent shooting from Wisconsin is fabulous, and I like the fact that they're spreading the floor, and these guys really don't turn the ball over that much. 6 turnovers so far. They had 4 at the half. And that gentleman right there, Greg Gard, has to be very happy with the numbers that he's seeing right now in terms of his shot selection and the efficiency.
Think of that incredible team that they had last year, 3 seed in the NCAA tournament. Obviously didn't end well, unable to get out of that first weekend. But the modernization, the way that this offense has gone for Gard the last couple of years, Jim, well, you can shoot the 3-pointer and play at this kind of level of efficiency, you've got a chance. Anytime that they step onto the floor, as Benter misses on his first.
And I think kids that are watching, you know, thinking, where do I want to go to school? They're looking at the way Purdue plays. They're looking at the way Wisconsin plays. And Matt Painter has done this with shooting the 3 with the guys he's had and the personnel. Then you can ask yourself, do I want to go play for 2 guys who are consistent pros when it comes to coaching, but have consistent cultures also? So you're not going to come here and be shocked at what they do from a playing standpoint.
Remarkable the symmetry between these coaches and programs. Boyd pops it up, and then Braden Smith is bumped.
Yeah, it's going to be Boyd, I believe, jumping into him.
So tough break for the Badgers. One of the rare mistakes that Boyd has made in this game as he's whistled for his 3rd personal.
Yeah, right there, just taking the legs out of from underneath Smith. So the correct call from the officials.
And Jim, again, the number of fouls against Wisconsin looming large.
Yep, absolutely.
Long period of bonus opportunities here for Purdue. And here is Braden Smith, one of the all-time players in this Purdue program. Only player in the history of the sport, not just here, to amass 1,500 points, 1,000 assists, 500 rebounds. Just remarkable what he has done. The only returning first-team consensus All-American from last year.
It's a nice friendly roll there on that for an 82% free throw shooter also. And
14 points now for Smith. Greg Gard continues to shuffle players in and out as this thing Getting tight. 2-point game. There's a look at the foul issues the guard is considering on that Badgers bench.
Yeah, he's going to try to jockey if the scoreboard agrees with him. The jockey for about the 8-minute mark.
Big three. It's Bieljauskas from deep. 16 points. Boy, you wondered who would make up some of that scoring for the injured Nolan Winter. It's been Bieljauskas. It's been Rapp. All hands on deck for the Badgers.
His three-point shooting has really escalated.
Here comes Smith taking a little bit of contact. Last touch by Wisconsin. 20 seconds to shoot.
So you see him just pick away, and they find him, and he's confident enough to just take that stroke. It's not something new to his game. He's taking them, and he's looking for opportunities. He shot over 60. He shot 60 coming in today.
A little bit short from Meyer.
Even when Meyer misses, he has a good bounce to himself in terms of he's saying, like, I thought that was going in. I felt good about that shot. Don't be surprised if he takes another one the next set or two.
Young man who played for Maccabi Tel Aviv at the ripe old age of 18 overseas in one of the top leagues in the world. That's a three-pointer deep in the corner from Lawyer. He has tied Carson Edwards' most career threes in school history.
That wasn't badly defended either down the other side of the floor by two Wisconsin players.
This is Blackwell, 7 to shoot. Blackwell fakes. This is Jones, has to fire, missed it. And Purdue has it with Smith.
Yeah, Jones had to get away from Jacobson. Here's that shot I was talking about. Well, he looks confident.
Yeah, this play's ready to explode. Offensive rebound, Jacobson. This is Smith. Benter.
Oh.
And Purdue back in front. CBS Sports college basketball coverage is sponsored by Fresh Pet. Healthy food, fresh from the fridge. Buffalo Wild Wings, try Pick 6 for $19.99. And by Senshunt Jet, a more thoughtful way to fly. Mackey Arena, one of the craziest scenes in the country. One that Fletcher Lawyer knows as well as anyone as he puts his name now on the top of that all-time three-point list with Carson Edwards. And a timely stroke that Lawyer has brought to the table today.
Yeah, if you remember at the beginning of the second half, he made two defensive plays to kind of ignite this building, and now he's scoring the ball. Pretty well defended just then, coming off the screens. 5 for 6 from long range. What a show he's starting to put on. I think the next time down, do you run his number again? I think I would call his number again if I'm Matt Painter, but watch for this slip cut because these guys on Wisconsin should be recognizing Lawyer the next time down.
Wisconsin led 69-62. Since that point, an 11-3 run for the Boilermakers. Big possession here. Blackwell elevates and connects.
The one thing about the poise of Wisconsin that we've seen, they don't turn the basketball over. They're well coached, and they're settled down to get a good shot when they need one. And that was a perfect example of all three.
Blackwell has 23, and Lawyer starting to work up a little leather.
Yeah, called his number on a curl, too, to the basket.
2 ties, 7 lead changes. Starting to get sticky here in West Lafayette. Bieljauskas' tough pass underneath. This is Rapp. Rhodey from deep. That's a 3.
Well, that was a good catch, wasn't it, by Rapp just then down deep? I'm not so sure about that lob pass, whether it was going to get there or not, but he really made something out of a tough catch.
Greg Gard told us before the game, Rhodey may not have the big numbers, but he has been a key piece for us this season. Smith unable to hit, follows it, gets it to Lawyer. Way too much. Up the floor, streaking. Boyd careens to the cup, flicks it up and in. They will count the basket for Boyd, and Wisconsin can push to a 6-point lead.
And Spiro, you don't see this that often with Purdue with that bad shot down the other end. And look at all the guys coming down the floor. They're all late because it was a tough shot by Lawyer in the corner, and now nobody's down the floor in position.
Jim, we are witnessing just incredibly high-level offense, high-stakes Big Ten basketball between the Badgers and the Boilermakers, a series that dates to 1906. Three-point play from Boyd.
We still have 8 and change to go here.
Boyd, the number 4 scorer in the Big Ten this season at 20 points per game for Greg Gard.
Love the way Wisconsin has answered just when they needed to.
Kaufman-Renn back on the floor from Matt Painter as they go big now with both he and Clough. This is Meyer creating the space. Brilliant offense.
Sure was. You duck around the screen, you get the ball, you dribble it, but you're under control. Make sure a guy is behind you. They're not going to try to come over your back to get that shot.
So we cross the 8-minute mark left, second half here in West Lafayette. Badgers trying to avenge their home loss to the Boilermakers back in January. And trying to spoil senior day. Boyd short arms the 3, and Purdue controls the glass.
Yeah, surprising that he missed that shot because of his little shake before that move to get himself wide open.
Braden Smith working on the perimeter. Still plenty of time to shoot. Clough gets it to Meyer. Comes around his screen, little pick and roll action. Clough coming heavy.
Well, Meyer is really playing well for them. Forget about what his shooting percentage is. He's really giving them a strong lift. What do we have here?
Well, the officials are going to get Kaufman-Renn, Jim, fighting through the screen. Everyone thought it was going to be an illegal pick. And if it's on Kaufman-Renn, that's going to be his 4th personal. And he is incredulous at that call. So number 4 on him with 7:08 left.
Yeah, did you catch what he did just then to Rapp? He pushed Rapp from behind, I believe, number 22, pushed him into the other player.
Check of our game summary with 7:08 left in regulation. It's presented by Jersey Mike Subs. Look at the three-point shooting. Wisconsin record-setting in the first half. Most threes that they've ever hit in a half in their program history. But a critical call just a moment ago on Trey Kaufman-Renn. We're going to bring in Gene Steratore. Gene, we'll go through the replay. It's the 4th personal on Purdue's big man. What did you think?
Yes, Jeff Anderson's right on the play. Look, Kaufman-Renn doesn't do a lot, but he really does help Rapp's momentum into Lawyer. Rapp's going there at a certain speed, and even though it's not a big shove, it's enough to increase his momentum into Lawyer, and you've got to have a whistle on that. I think it's a great call by Jeff Anderson, who stayed right on the players away from the ball to be able to make that judgment on the play.
Yeah, I agree with you, Gene. It's the extension of the arms, right? A combination and where he's directing him and pushing him towards. And a lot of guys use these tricks to try to bust up screens a little bit by getting the screener and moving him around a little bit. So good catch on your part.
As Rapp at the free throw line hits, so it's huge for a couple of reasons. One, Kaufman-Renn has to sit, Jim, his 4th personal, and it also puts the Badgers now in the bonus with 7 and change left.
And we saw that the points in the paint were really stacking up for Purdue, too, so they need him on the floor as much as they can.
Then we know what's at stake. The winner of this game staying alive in a quest potentially for the 4 seed in the Big Ten tournament next week. Braden Smith elevates too much, and the rebound by Bieljauskas.
Yeah, he lulled Blackwell into a defense there that he pulled up on him. Well done by Smith, just didn't can the shot.
Badgers currently projected as a 6th seed according to our CBS bracketology in the NCAA tournament. 31st in the net, currently their highest ranking of the season. Do they have enough? Blackwell drives and kicks. This is Boyd, crosses over, exquisite pass, gets it to Blackwell. Magnificent setup by Boyd.
It sure was. And how about three guys from Purdue trying to get to recover and try to make a play defensively, but Blackwell with a quick little slip shot to the hoop.
Boy, John Blackwell is painting a masterpiece. 25 as Smith has the answer for the Boilermakers.
Yes, that's almost the exact same shot he missed the last trip down the floor. That's usually money for him.
3-point game, one possession differential as we cross 6 minutes. Boyd picks up the dribble, resets Blackwell. This lethal scoring duo for the Badgers.
Yeah, Purdue readjusted defensively too.
Blackwell against Lawyer, reset Boyd. 4 on the timer. Here he comes, up and under, missed it. Just enough defense from Clough.
Good no shot there.
Benter's pass deflected into the waiting arms of Bilyauskis.
And Boyd's getting a lot of mileage going to the basket, but he's also going to his strong hand, the left. When are you going to jump him and force him right?
Only the 7th Purdue turnover. Badgers get it into the hands of Boyd. 20-point per game score, turns the corner to the basket, lays it in.
See how he's getting to his left hand all the time, though? He's setting people up over here. You got to square. You can't square him up defensively. You have to shift your body to force him and make him go right.
Nick Boyd, the senior New York native, double transfer, massive shot for the Badgers.
Good ball fakes there, but he's got a big guy on him who's not leaving the floor.
Shot clock winding down. This is Smith looking to create.
Oh!
Magic shot. Matt Painter calling for time as Braden Smith trying to put the Boilers on his back.
So you're not going to go for 2 of my ball fakes. I'll just throw a little baby hook your way and see if you can come up and get it. Into the body, away from with the ball. Nicely done.
CBS tomorrow, when your loved one goes missing, he's the man for the job. Justin Hartley stars in an all-new Tracker tomorrow after Marshalls on CBS. What an amazing scene this has been. Mackey Arena, West Lafayette, final weekend of the regular season in the Big Ten. There's your game reset. 3-point Badgers lead. Both teams have 2 timeouts each, both in the bonus. Jim, what are you thinking about here of your guard and Matt Painter?
Well, I couldn't see inside his huddle from over here, but I thought Matt Painter was going to get Kaufman red in the game, so he obviously did that. I think the other thought that I would have right now is Purdue has to force Boyd to use his right hand more frequently than what he's doing already. So you can't just square him up. So he's going right by if you square him up again.
Boyd trying to get the contact, gets it to wrap. Tough corner 3. Last touch by Rhodey.
Yeah, pretty good effort by Rhodey just then to try to get that ball.
Jim, this game really a microcosm for the kind of season it's been. 2 really high-level offenses, but just have not been able to find consistency defensively. Which of these 2 teams can dig deep?
See the square up out front where he's trying to direct him to go to his left, Smith. Now he's good going to his left, but not as good as going to the right, a normal reaction.
Smith probing, misses, Clough taps it out, tracked down by Rhodey.
See how they play Boyd right now, Spiro. Because what they've been doing is, you see, he's squaring up straight up on him. I'd rather see him stay to his left on this side a little bit and force him to his right.
Hasn't made the adjustment yet. Boyd drives and kicks. Blackwell erased by Braden Smith, of all people.
Yeah, great defensive effort just then by Smith, but did you see how strongly Boyd threw the ball from the right there? You notice the way he brings it. Now, if he's going to his right, I can guarantee you he's not going to throw a bullet that well across to the left side of the corner.
Amazing vantage point as Braden Smith trying to will the Boilermakers over the finish line.
Now you got small versus big.
Boyd steps back. Oof. In and out over Kaufman-Wren. So back-to-back empty trips out of the timeout for the Badgers.
Good decision because Boyd will be able to get his shot off pretty much anywhere against the big.
Kaufman win, the leaner, well short.
A little long for that push shot.
Boy, you can feel the tension in this building. 3-point Purdue deficit as we cross 3 minutes left. Both teams are out of fouls as Boyd initiates the Wisconsin offense. Here he comes to the basket, and he puts it down.
My goodness, what a shot. Well, once again, the left side using his strength. Good players know how to get to their strength.
First year in the program for Boyd, and he has been a revelation all season. Braden Smith gets Blackwell in his back.
Oh, look at that.
Carving his way to the basket.
How about Clough, too, just then, Spiro? Did you notice him? The big fella just pushing his way to the right down the middle of the floor. That allowed that layup to occur.
Like a road grader.
You got it.
Crowd rises to its feet. Boyd! Iceman! As he reignites for the Badgers. So Boyd with the silencer as we are inside of 2 minutes. Kaufman win and contact.
Yeah, a little bit of different action just then for them, getting him the ball down on the blocks. We saw him take about a 12-foot push shot. Now that little delivery, and out he goes to work, and he knows he's going to have double guys, two guys coming at him, but he goes very fast with the shot. Nice, smart play, too.
Trey Kaufman ran out of Silver Creek High School, another Indiana product.
Look at that 62% free throw shooting. Got to be ready to rebound. He steps up and hits it, though.
Boy, just a titanic three-point play for Kaufman Wren. And 14,000 plus ready to blow the roof off this place.
They're all playing defense right now.
Nick Boyd again going left. And the officials say reach-in foul. It'll be a 1-and-1 for Boyd with 1:37 left. CBS Monday from the T behind FBI. It's the new series critics call thrilling and a must-watch. Catch a new episode of CIA Monday 10/9 Central on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
81% from the line. They may have gotten, I guess it was Clough with that little bit of a bump just then. Pretty close.
Nick Boyd, those 4 years on Dusty May's team at Florida Atlantic, a starter on that magical run to the Final Four a couple of years back. And he has given the Badgers a 4-point lead with 90 seconds left. Braden Smith into the corner. Lawyer! History! Fletcher Lawyer, the all-time Purdue three-point king.
Oh, and they ran everybody away from him in that left corner. And just found him by himself. Here we go to the left again.
This is Bielyauskas resets as we are inside of a minute.
There you go, push him to the right, a little less effective.
For the shoot, Boyd, contact, flicks it
up,
and puts it down. Nick Boyd's prayer is answered. 3-point Wisconsin lead.
We have seen all the trick shots today.
Let that drama build even more. Smith, too much offensive rebound. This is Cox, elevates. Another offensive rebound. This is Lawyer. No good. The officials say loose ball foul against Wisconsin.
Clough, was he ever doing a great job on the offensive glass to try to get positioning? And let's see if you can figure this is. This is like H-O-R in the game of horse just then with that shot. And here's Loya in the corner. They found him again for the school record 3.
Passes the great Carson Edwards, cuts it at that point to 1, and now 2 free throws, double bonus for the Boilermakers, and Clough leaving a critical point on the free throw line.
And not a bad free throw shooter for a 6'11" guy, too. It's 71%. He's got to step up there with confidence right now.
First season in the program, one of the top portal recruits after 1 year at South Dakota State. 1 of 2 at the line. And we got a 2-point Wisconsin lead with 29.4. Let that drama build even more here at Mackey. Tonight, for the first time ever, UFC is live on CBS. Don't miss all of the action inside the octagon at UFC 326. Stand on all new 48 hours. It's all tonight on CBS. As your game reset, 29.4. There is not a person in this building seated, probably except Jim and I.
It's real lazy.
Jim, what are you thinking about here coming out of the timeout with 29.4 seconds left?
Well, when you have a situation like this, Spiro, you're up 2, right? Key is getting that ball in bounds, number 1. Number 2 is if you're Purdue, you go after the ball, and maybe 5 seconds, if you get a double team and force the action into the corners, go for that double team, and you don't want to waste more than 5 or 6 seconds of it. So if the ball comes in here or on that side, now that's what you're trying to avoid if you're Wisconsin. Keep in mind, they have all good free throw shooters in the game right now, so I would tilt this to the favor of Wisconsin in terms of catches. They were going deep, though, too.
Rhodey, baseball pass, gets it to Carrington, and here we go. 26 seconds. They trap Carrington. Knocked away, and the officials are going to say contact.
Best part of that play by Carrington, too, they have the possession arrow. So don't throw the ball up for grabs. Hang on to it. See, he gets in trouble now, and this is a great trap right in here. A lot of pressure, but he's not going to throw this ball up for grabs, because the worst thing that can happen to him right there is they tie him up and they get the basketball back again.
9th team foul against the Boilermakers, so still a 1-and-1 bonus situation for the Badgers. And Braden Carrington, a senior out of Brooklyn Park, Minnesota, 78% free throw shooter on the season at the free throw line. Need 2 to make this a 2-possession game, with 14,000 plus bearing down on him here in Mackey.
And now if he makes this next one, if I'm Purdue, I'm taking this thing right to the basket. You know, if I can get it down the floor with one of my guards, 5 seconds or so.
Boy, that is ice cold free throw shooting, ice in his veins. 4-point game, 18 seconds. Smith probing. Smith elevates, misses badly.
That's Blackwell.
Jeffrey Anderson says loose ball foul. Looks like they're going to get Blackwell. Boy, and that's huge. It's a double bonus, Jim, so you'll take that. 13 seconds. Potentially you can cut this down to 2 points here. And the chess match between Painter and guard continues. Trey Kaufman-Renn, only a 62% free throw shooter. And in this game, he's 2 of 3. The Purdue team, currently number 15 in the country, currently on that 3 seed line, according to our CBS Sports Bracketology group. And boy, do they have enough here to make one more push. Kaufman-Renn, 1 of 2. 13 seconds. That'll make it a 1-possession game. And a timeout taken here by Greg Gard and Wisconsin. Late stages at Mackey on CBS. Boy, something about this Wisconsin team, the way that they've played and performed in some of the biggest pressure games this season. Remember, they knocked off Michigan, right? Handed the Wolverines their first loss of the season, and then at Illinois in overtime. They just continue to rise to the moment, Jim, and they have done it potentially again here. Up 3, 13 seconds.
Now with the big guy on the ball, it's hard to go over the top, so there you go.
Boyd is going to be fouled here by Braden Smith. By the way, that last timeout was taken by Purdue, so they're out of timeouts.
And Boyd going to the line at 81%.
Well, you think of how he's performed, Jim, against some of the best competition. There's 6 quad 1 wins this season. Nick Boyd averaging 25 points and 6 assists. Today they've leaned on Blackwell. We've seen Boyd the playmaker in what has been just a masterful offensive performance. 23 for Boyd.
And that was a great look at Kaufman-Renn just then. Collectively, Wisconsin trying to take the air out of the sails here. Senior day.
Makes it a 2-possession game. That's a killer. Quarter 3, Cox. Final seconds, rebound. Wisconsin. Clough gets it back. This is Smith, and it is over. The Wisconsin Badgers come into enemy territory and knock off the Boilermakers on senior day here in West Lafayette. And you can make it 4 straight wins against ranked competition for the Badgers. Nick Boyd and John Blackwell, one of the most lethal duos in the country, leading the Badgers to a win on this final weekend of the Big Ten regular season. And with this win, Wisconsin is going to be rooting hard for the Illini tomorrow. Illinois on the road at College Park against Maryland. If Illinois somehow loses this game, it would be Wisconsin as the 4th seed in that Big Ten tournament. And the emotions, the finality of what has been a brilliant career for those two, Braden Smith, Fletcher Lawyer, and Trey Kaufman-Renn, as they play their final game ever here at Mackey Arena. 97-93 Badgers in a thriller. Now for Jim Gene, rest of our CBS crew, Spiro Dina saying so long from West Lafayette. We'll get to Adam Zucker for Inside College Basketball, presented by Progressive after these messages. You've been watching NCAA Men's Basketball on CBS.
All right, welcome to Inside College Basketball, presented by Progressive Insurance. Adam Zucker alongside Clark Kellogg and Chris Walker. Wisconsin, most points they've ever scored at Mackey, 97. And they needed all of them pretty much. 97, 93, the 3-pointers, the free throws, it was all flowing for them. But Purdue down to the last minute.
Oh yeah, it was a heck of a game to watch. I mean, tremendous shot making both sides, and Purdue continues to struggle defensively, particularly at home this season. It's head scratching, but perhaps they can figure it out before they get ready for the Big Ten tournament, because they've really had issues controlling the other team.
And one thing for sure, the stars showed up for both teams.
No doubt.
But at the end of the day, 18 threes, and most they've had all season. I mentioned they made 15 at Michigan. That's why this team, they're very dangerous, and they did it all without Nolan Winter. So
yeah.
I'll tell you right now, Wisconsin is one of those teams on Selection Sunday.
Yeah.
And shut them up.
Yeah, wins at Michigan and at Illinois to go with today's. A reminder, it is fight night tonight at 8 Eastern here on CBS.